focus on the night. It takes her away like I do. My charm is twinkling out of her eyes, of her eyes. She will never grow old or change her mind. She'll talk about it later on. From seeing the sights, there's something wonderful and odd about the escape. And while you want them to be gone, you want them to stay. And impressing her is just so damn hard. I want her back, and please don't go too far. If I see her again, promise I won't she's having fun, doing what she wants to, and send a postcard or two from the sights sometime. To impress her is just too damn hard, and I want her back, but she's gone too far. If I see her again, promise I won't cry.
Alright, hello everybody. We are back with the Irish Collegiate Esports Marvin.ie Collegiate Championship. My name is Jason Cardinal Power and I'm joined here today by David D. We're going to be bringing you UCD Swans B taking on NCI Panthers in our very first best of three quarterfinals. David, how are you keeping?
Good, how's it going?
Very good, very good. We're getting straight into the pistol round. Game actually almost starting on time for once, but taking a quick look across the board, 5 sets of Kevlar for the T side. Just the one diffuse kit on Buchel for the CTs. But we are going to be getting into things very, very quickly. So, David, just before this action starts to kick off, our first best of three here in the quarterfinals. What are we going to be looking at? Who's the favourite coming into this one?
Well, actually, interesting enough, UCD actually beat Trinity on Dust 2. Were denied the opportunity of picking that map because NCI knew and they banned it. So this pick here, Inferno, is NCI, and I think UCD followed up with the pick onto Train. I think the last map is Overpass. So I think we might see a 2-1 to NCI if I was to put my money on. How about yourself?
I think that could be the case, but already UCD making a game out of it in the pistol round as only one player left alive for NCI, the silliest unicorn, in towards Boiler. He's got to go absolutely nuclear in this round if he wants to make it happen. But oh, very quick shot. Quigs gets deleted from apps. As now round starts to slow down yet again, but it's looking like this is going to go the way of UCD, David.
Great round from UCD. Win that pistol. Let's see if they can follow up with the next one.
So we're going to be getting into Inferno. Is going to be the first map in this best of three. I'm not sure, has the veto come through yet? I'm not sure. I haven't gotten the other two maps. What else we might be looking at?
So it's Inferno followed by Train, and then the final is Overpass.
Right, okay. That's really interesting. Best of three, actually. And it's an interesting point for you to touch on that they actually banned out Mirage, considering they knew it was going to be a preferred map, but
Ferrex already with a scout shot.
What a lovely shot there from Ferrex, actually. Bitter taken out of their own very early on, but more of the same.
A few deagles for NCI now, so they could get they will have a buy in the next round. But you know, Comeback King and Crisp there, I believe Crisp might be Cinder, so those two will suffer. They might be on Galils or something next round unless they can pick up some D.
I think that's what they're hoping for anyway. At least maybe salvage a couple of guns from the CT side if they can find the picks, but UCD not giving them anything to play with so far in this second round. But
it's set up on Banana here from UCDB. Comeback King just swings on Quigs and then takes him out. Oh. And Crisp, or Cinders, say, takes out Book. We still have Ferrex left with a scout on CT. Jeez, it just went like that. I honestly thought that with the two guys towards Banana that they would have found like 1 or 2 kills, but really well played from NCI there to pick up both of them.
Looking at the minimap, Significant is over here towards mid, and he's going to be the one to peek out and spots all the NCI team.
Info peek, but you see UCDB winning this round now. The end of comes along, it's madness! Oh, and HD gets 3 kills! The Significant times in as well. That round out of nothing just goes towards UCDB when NCI had everything. If they went short, the call there to go long was really risky. They knew there was a player there. They could have just went short. They knew that the only possible way there was going to be one short at best. So like, I don't know where they're going on.
Yeah, it was an interesting call, but obviously not going to go in their favour this time now. UCD picking up the second round as expected. And now the buy does come in from NCI, so they've got the 5 AKs, but very, very limited utility across the board. We can really see the Deagle purchases from last round kind of hurting them in that regard, but UCD, Ferrex got his hands on the AWP very early on as well. Buchel still with no armour.
Comeback King swings out and kills Buchel just like that.
Yeah, and very dry peaks coming in already now. Cinder's going to smoke out the molly.
Quigs gets taken out inside. Left there alone. Cinder picks up another one. Ferrex,
yeah, over the smoke. First gun round, David, and it's looking like it's going to go the way of NCI. Very dominant so far. 5 players still left alive, and they know where the last 2 are. Fabulous Sean's going to get his own kill.
They need to just save at this point.
Hey, just getting wrapped around it if he doesn't know it. Clean sweep for NCI in the 3rd round. So is that indicative of what's more to come on Inferno for their T side?
Yeah, they just really, they caught out Buchel there, just swinging him on CT, taking a nice headshot, and then going in on Quigs, and they had B, that was the round, and unfortunately there's nothing their teammates could do. Like, holding B is so important on this map.
That's just it, yeah, and you give up so much presence when you lose the top of Banana, and I don't think UCD were expecting them to be so aggressive, actually, and very limited utility, but they made it work now. The rush coming down, comeback team's gonna get the opening frag. Buchel does well to find Cinder at least. Gonna take him out, but more the same from NCI, yeah.
NCI, yeah.
Typical stuff. That's gonna even up the scoreline now, 2-2 apiece. And this is going to be a very important round, I think, for both teams here to win this one.
It's a weak buy from UCDB with 3,400, 3,300 from Buchel. Oh, it is going to be some sort of eco. Oh, wait, Ferrex is going to buy. This is very interesting now. And Ferrex is the IGL, so he must have called a buy, and some of the players seem to be ignoring him. I don't know what's happened. Like,
this is a bit of disarray, actually, from the UCD side, as HZ is going to be on the receiving end of those grenades.
My god, yeah. 80 damage.
No armor as well. That's going to be all she wrote. HZ is taken out of the round. That's one mag 7 gone now, but even though the price has been dropped on the gun, it's still quite expensive to be buying on what should have been either full force or an eco. No armor to back him up either, but Wiggs is not careful. He's going to meet the same fate as HZ now, and NCI looking very dominant so far, David.
Absolutely, they have that really good banana presence there at the top of the car. Hopefully works out better for them if they go banana. But they're going to go towards A, it seems. Fabulous Sean is throwing a flashbang to bait out the presence there on B. And they're pushing in towards short, it seems. And Ferrex, he has the M4, so he's going to hide in graveyard. Let's see if when he's going to peek it. Has significant inside pit, or some people like to say. And he's pushing that smoke. And he's going to get punished, it seems. Oh, he stays alive. Now they know it's A. The rotates are coming in. But Quigs has taken out. No, B is open now, so they're probably going to go back. And the bomb is going to make its way towards B. So, yeah. Gee, what do you think of that, Cardinal?
Yeah, that was a bit of an interesting call. It's just Buchel to hold him off with P250 and no armor through the smoke. He's already going to get tagged down, so odds would say this is going to be another round on the board for NCI as they edge themselves out in front for the first time on Inferno. Significant does actually, was that through the smoke? I believe it was. He going to find a kill with the 5-7, so not all for naught as the silliest unicorn pays for it with his life. But looking at just at the economy of both teams here, after that interesting buy from UCD, Eric's going for the full buy. Meanwhile, his teammates actually kind of saving it, so he's not going to have enough for a full buy here. NCI, on the other hand, plenty of money in the bank, so no issues whatsoever over on the T side.
Very good bank built up there, actually, for NCI. But so Ferrex is going to be on the ump this round, kind of limited. He only has one flashbang. He's gone for the head armor, and so is Quig. So, going to get questionable. Quig actually hasn't bought a smoke. He's bought a flashbang and a HE, and I think on a map like this, you really need to have a smoke. He's going to chuck that nade down. That can do some damage. There's a bit of damage onto NCI there, and there's 4 of them on banana. Just chuck nades back, and Ferrex and Quigs take some damage themselves. A bit of a switch up here. Buchel is now playing long A, and he was playing B before. Ferrex picks up a kill, and Quigs gets one as well. It's a 5 versus 3. This is very favourable for the UCD B team.
Oh, and that's going to be another kill, almost going the way of UCD. The Liz Unicorn lurking over towards Apps, manages to get away, but has been found out by CT presence over towards the bomb site. And actually, interestingly, Quigs has rotated all the way to A now. I think maybe they thought there was more players in Apps, but it was just the one, and now Comeback King finds an easy frag onto Ferrex. Make that 2. Buchel gets dropped as well.
Buchel.
Now, that's going to be the bomb plant on the B site. And UCD have got to ask themselves, do they want to go for this retake here, considering...
That was a 5 versus 3. You can't let him walk in like that and do that to you. Like.
Oh, and Cinder on the... Oh, from this position again. Gonna find one, but not good for the second. 2 players left alive for the CT side, and I think they're going to go for this retake, David.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Significant, that's taken out by Cinder. HC manages to find one. Second. Oh, can he get the third? Yeah, it's onto the pistol. And he doesn't have a kit, so looking very unlikely now. And Cinder's waiting around. Oh, and he actually takes out Cinder as well, but no time. Nice try from HC in the end. Oh, there was a kit there as well.
Oh,
very unfortunate.
no. And he dies to the bomb.
try from HD, but I mean, UCDB, they should be doing better holding B there than just to get entry like that by, I think, Comeback King. Really nice shots from him, you know, getting one shot and then doing a 180-degree swing and getting the other.
Yeah, and we saw as well, Cinder, from that elevated position, picks up a couple of kills through the smoke, and that's got to be something that UCD need to shut down, because he's done that twice already, and we're only 7 rounds in.
Right, yeah. A few nades coming in now from UCDB. It's been thrown back.
Word,
what's going
no.
on? Quick takes out Ferex. Very clean round, very convincing from NCI again. The UCDB, they're going for these on their ecos. They like to go for a push, which is fair enough. But they only, I think they found 1 kill between this round and the other round. They were on an eco. So
a little bit of a blunder, I think, from Quicks as well. Maybe missed the grenade, but did manage to not miss his teammate.
At least it was only an eco round, so
yeah,
forget about that one. I think anyone will be too hard for it.
Just got to put those behind you sometimes and go on to the next round and pretend it never happened. I think that's the best way to call that one. But by coming back in, Fergus has got his hands on the AWP again. 5 acres across the board.
Ooh! Comeback King takes out Ferex with the AWP. We have Quigs left in his own, playing up close, finds one, gets traded out. That seems like the B bomb side is going to be there again for NCI to take. But they're actually going to move towards A. And with Buka coming in runes, they only have 1A, 1B. Significant here holding long, so they're just kind of waiting out their team to push. A few smokes coming in from NCI teams, as I say that. Smoke something else, so. Oh
no.
They find him, yeah.
I think he thought he might have been concealed in the smoke there, but unfortunately that's going to be the kill going the way of NCI. Now Buka left all on his own, he's going to have to save it up.
Very convincing. The pause coming in there, but we see that the B hold for UCDB, especially on the side, it's not so strong, and even when they got those 2 kills, they weren't able to hold it. So I'm going to see if there's going to be any change up, maybe try to play 3B or something.
Yeah, what was interesting was the round that UCD actually made it a 5-on-3 very early on was when they had 3 players towards the top of Banana, and then Quigs rotated back towards the A site when the silliest unicorn was found out in apps. But Buka actually just at the end there picking up 2 very easy kills and gonna get away with his life as well, so not too bad. Gotta salvage an AK, but UCD I think need to reinvent themselves over towards the B bomb side. I think they've been giving it up very easily, David.
I was going to say there, since the change of the AUG price back up to 3,300, what have you been finding yourself? Are you using the M4 again, or are you still on the AUG?
Well, you see, I'm one of these Counter-Strike players, unlike the lads in the server, that can't aim. I actually can't aim at all, so I love the AUG. I think it's great. But I can imagine maybe some people are kind of opting back towards the M4A4 and the M4A1S now that the magazine size has been changed. But that's an interesting question, David. And what about yourself?
I'm tending to use the M4A4, but with the new money system, I think the AUG might be an option as well. But for me, it's the A4 for now. Even A1S, I've tried it out. When I go back to using it, there was a tactical in there, and it wasn't actually UCDB who called it. It was actually NCI. So that's interesting, because I think really then UCDB really needed a tactical there to just discuss things. The nade damage is unreal for NCI. HE is coming in.
That was big damage onto Significant early on. And ooh, Quigs found 2 kills with the Deagle. That's outrageous. Bitter and Comeback King on the receiving end of that. And now, all of a sudden, Fabulous Sean is left alone. He's got the BAM on his back, but he doesn't know where the remaining CT players are. So, gotta be careful. Bugle has managed to retrieve himself an AK as well. Now he's creeping towards the A bomb site. He's got to be so careful here, and he's about to walk into the crosshair of Quigs. He's not checking all these angles, but oh no, he's actually going to opt towards B, and he hasn't made any noise. Quigs in library, but unknowingly,
expecting it though, so.
Yeah, he's sandwiched himself between 2 players. Little does he know.
This auto director is terrible.
Absolutely agreed. And oh, even though Bukel, he knows he's coming but can't find the kill. 19 HP now, that's going to beat the bomb down. Oh, and is he going to get there fast enough? He knows Quiggs is going to be coming from CT, but manages to get away. Swings wide and
Oh, he can't find it. That's very unfortunate. Like, but nice try there from UCD. I think it was a 4 versus 2, and then all of a sudden Quigs gets 2, Buka gets 1. It's a 2v1, but they just really unfortunate there. I think they actually played that perfectly in my mind, other than the fact that they just missed shot. It's just unlucky.
Definitely agree with you there, and it comes down to just a single bullet from Quigs is all he needs to take him down with the deagle, and can't find the shot. Big plays coming out from NCI to take that round away, even when they're man down. Oh, Ferex.
Tries to do something fast there for his team. He smokes off mid and pushes second mid, but he gets punished for no flashbangs or anything coming in for him from his teammates or anything. Maybe he's a bit tilted after the hold. It feels like he has to make a play. I mean, he is one of the one of the better players in the UCD team, and he also is the IGL, so huge pressure on him.
Very, very big pressure on him, especially to coordinate not only his own plays but also the plays of everyone around him. He's going to be one to watch in this series. But I think the topic actually can be, David, that, you know, sometimes you do try and make something happen too much, and Bukel's making something happen over on the B bomb site. Can he find that kill? Auto director switching off on me. Significant's going to find himself a kill.
Coming in there as well, actually.
Yeah, that was some lovely shots from Bukel on the B bomb site. And now,
yeah, fair. And I think he was on 2 HP or something really low as well. So well done to him. Significant pushes there.
Cinder.
V1 for HC and Cinder. So upwards, short, and he has a knife out. He knows he's reading this guy like an absolute Harry Potter book.
Now HZ is in a very, very tricky situation here. AUG in hand. He's gone towards library. Oh, I'm not sure. I think after that crisp shot down towards Banana, I think I've got my money on Cinder here. He knows exactly where he is and he's tapping away. Just oozing confidence right now. HZ. Oh, almost.
Close.
Drops him to 5, but it will go the way of Cinder in the end. That's a nice 3k for him.
Six HP, HC asking in the chat. He must be annoyed about that one, but nice shot from Cinder. Good round from him. A 1 versus 2 clutch. I was going to point out there that actually Bukel on UCDB, he's actually clutched a fair bit. I think in nearly every game he's played, according to the servers, he's clutched in every got a 1v1 or a 1v2, so.
Definitely a player to watch out when his back is against the wall anyway. Going to be seeing if he can get something done, but just a 5-7 in his hand this round. Chances are very unlikely. NCI, on the other hand, absolutely out of control with their economy. Just at this point, it would be so difficult to reset them, given these economy changes as well. They're going to be in the driver's seat for the rest of the half, it looks like, unless UCD can make something happen. Now, 60 seconds left on the clock. Still plenty of time for something to happen here. Man advantage is gone in favor of NCI. He said with the shotgun. Not the ideal range he wants to be at, but... Oh no, there's going to be 2 fast frags going over towards NCI as well now. Just Bukel and HZ left.
Back in a moment there, Cardinal.
And that looks like it's going to be a 9th round on the board as the bomb goes down. HZ is actually going to push this one. Trying to make something happen here with the Mag 7. He does almost find 1 kill, but Comeback King is there to help Fabulous Sean out. 2 bullets in the back of HZ is going to be all she wrote, as the scoreline now stands at 9-2 in favour of NCI Panthers. Taking a quick look at the scoreboard now while we've got a little bit of time. Google and HZ leading the way over on the CT side, 9 and 8 frags apiece. Meanwhile, NCI much more distributed kill scores, 9, 12, 12, 9 between the teams. We see another buy coming in for the UCD B team here. Ferex has got his hands on the AWP. Quig's actually opting for the up over towards the B bomb site. Google is going to play up close towards the sandbags position now, as the round starts to slow down. 1 minute and 25 still left on the clock, so loads of time here. These teams try to feel each other out. Damage been traded back and forth already. Now Cinder is quite low, 56 HP. He's got to be careful.
passive play, it seems, from the CTs. And we have HC playing that kind of short position. I thought it was an apps for a second. Never mind. But if you're UCDB now, you've got to be asking yourself, like, what am I doing wrong here? I mean, I think there's 2 1v2 clutches you lost where you had the man advantage, and another round where they had a 5v3. There's been a lot of rounds that haven't been going UCDB's way, so I think a timeout, just a breather, might help these guys out. But I'm gonna elect to just play on and go through it. As I say that, they are gonna push up short. We have HC. See if you can find a frag.
Oh no! The team damage from Bitter actually dinks his own teammate, and that gives HZ an easy kill. Cinder's been taken out of the round, and it's going to be interesting, David. Let's see if they can convert this now that the star player for NCI has been dropped, and 2 men left alive for NCI. His comeback in, swings wide on Pit and finds a kill.
4 versus 2, and now it's a 2v2, just like that. NCI can just turn around like that on you, if you get what I mean.
I do, absolutely.
Be so tilting for UCDB, like.
Top of Ferrex's head gets spotted out now, and Bukel all of a sudden is left on his own against Comeback King. Both players on 1 shot, but Bukel's gonna find the kill.
Wrong. Bukel comes in with a clutch, but he has no kit. Does he have time for, or Cardinal? Does he have time?
Oh, it's gonna be close.
I think he has it.
It's gonna be very close. Yeah, he's got it. He's got it.
Thank God UCDB won that round. I mean, I would have been furious. But I don't know what's going wrong. It just seems the NCI guys are able to peek them and just wreck them. So not much you can do about that, you know?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the best laid plans go awry as soon as someone's head gets banged out, but NCI almost managed to bring that back. Now 9-3 the scoreline. And maybe UCD can gain a bit of momentum off this one, Dave, and bring it into the next round.
Ferex opting for the head armor there, and just 1 grenade for him. Actually a double smoke coming in from the CTs, that's a bit of a mistake it seems. We have NCI playing very passive, very far back, nearly in T-spawn. They're waiting for an aggressive push. They know there's a weak buy, and as I say that, Quigs gets taken out by Comeback King. Again, he's one of the star players along with Cinder on this NCI team. Who manages to trade it out, falls back to side. We have Ferex come on in CT to provide some. Seems like
push the smoke.
Oh, yeah. Push the smoke, gets punched. It's unlucky for him. Maybe he had a flashbang there. He could have flashed himself in, but he tried to do something there. It was a 4v4. I think maybe he did make the right decision like this. Buko left on site with low HP. He had to make a play. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. I think if I was significant or HC now, I'd just be looking to save those M4s, give yourself a fighting chance in the next round, but I go
Cinder
1 versus 4, taken out by the silliest unicorn. That's a great name.
I tend to agree. It's not every day you see a name like that. But yet again, we've talked about it earlier in the game, we see Cinder from this elevated position on the B-bomb site just taking really, really easy kills over the smoke, and UCD just never seem to have an answer to it. Once they establish control of the B site, they seem to just fall apart. And notably, actually, you touched on it there in the last round, David, that we saw a double smoke coming out mid from UCD, and that's really uncharacteristic from them. It seems like
the nerves, yeah.
The nerves, or the communication, something is definitely not
nervous,
right.
Though, because they're playing well. They just gotta close out the rounds, you know. Doing the hard part, they just can't finish the easy bit. But this is the second match of the quarter-finals. In the first match we had UCD and they took out Ulster in a 2-0 win, and that was on the map of Nuke and Overpass. Nuke being the pick of UCDB. I think that's the first Nuke map that's been played in the tournament.
Yeah,
we won't be seeing it here now anyway.
No, we won't be seeing it here, but funny, in the last season of the Irish Collegiate Esports CSGO tournament, I kept saying that I wanted to see Nuke in a series, but never got to see it on stream anyway, and looks like it might evade us in the quarterfinals as well. So 11-3 now in favour of NCI, and UCD have got to really be thinking about this next half as we come into round number 15.
Round 15, you need to close this out. You need to win this round. 11-4, you win the pistol, you're back in it. You lose this round, it's 12-3. You know, it's a different story, and I think that's GG for this map. But goodbye from UCB. You know, they have a lot of nades. Ferex on the AWP, and We go for 3 banana. I think they're going to take banana, but they're actually going to play more towards side. NCI going for. Again, they're quite diverse in fairness to them.
Fabulous Sean.
They're moving around. Weeks picks up Fabulous Sean. I don't know what happened there. Maybe he lost. Flight C, did you, Cardinal?
I didn't see it on screen, no, but could have been a bit of a connection issue, maybe.
Sad face and chat, maybe he tried running through it, you know, and then died. But man, advantage going to use NCI and fucking Cinder here with the auto sniper. Only noticed that now.
Yeah, he's obviously feeling confident in his play anyway. See if he can get something done with the auto sniper, and he's been holding banana for the entirety of this round. He just really wants to tilt one of the CT players.
Come back to the AK Smart, throwing it away. And it's a 5 versus 4. This round is in your favour, UCDB. Let's see if they can close it out. We have HC and Quigs holding B, and the other 3 guys are on A. And with 2 of them up towards long, and only 1 of them towards short, be very interesting where NCI go. Significant actually picking up Cinder through the smoke. Won't be too happy about that one, as someone might say. No,
definitely not. Accusations might be flying around left and right, but UCD have more on their minds in this round, as they've got a 2-man advantage now. NCI on the back foot as Comeback King makes that one go his way, but he's dropped to 19 HP, and oh, Bitter actually shooting his teammate in the back of the head. He does find Ferex to make up for it.
Second time he's shot his teammate. Great round there from UCDB, and I think 11-4. It's very close. And look at the scoreboard there. Bukel on 13-11, and Comeback King 17 and 11. Unfortunately for Ferex, not doing so well, but we know what he's capable of, and I think the second half will really show what he's made of.
So, David, my question for you now, as we have a couple of seconds break here before we get into the pistol, is as a player yourself, and you've played against, you know, all of these players that are in the server at the moment, if you're in the position of someone like Ferex, where you are the in-game leader and you're trying to guide your teammates as best you can, do you prefer to get onto the T side, where you can maybe kind of be a little bit more dynamic and kind of a little bit more casual in your calls and get loose a little bit more? Is that the goal here for Ferex in the next half?
Yeah, I suppose you're right in saying that. I mean, I don't know what I'd be thinking, but I know the map is slightly CT-sided, but again, it depends on the team. I would say that UCDB were kind of a better T-sided. If I was Ferex, I'd be like, lads, we have to win this round, you know. It's 11-4. If we win this round, we're back in it. So this is going to be. And I think UCDB they won the CT pistol. So let's see if they can win the T pistol now.
It looks like from the buy that Comeback King and Bitter going to be heading towards B. Actually, no, there's the frag grenade coming out. It's not going to land. Only 3 sets of Kevlar for the CTs, so they need to be careful that these Glocks don't get up close and personal. UCD looking for the contact play, it seems, with just the 5 Kevlar, no utility for them, so they're going to be relying on pure aim and overwhelming force as they move towards banana. 2 players left here now as the train starts to come in, and oh no, Cinder in the corner. They don't check it, and that's 2 easy kills for him. He's going to double up now. Quigs tapping away, finds Comeback King.
I can't find anyone. PT's not smoked, but HC picks up a quick shot onto Fabulous Sean. All of a sudden it's a 3 versus 2. UCB really favourable to win this round, but it's Bitter and the silliest unicorn. Wouldn't be as worried now. If that was Comeback King or Cinder, I would be worried, but now it's a 1 versus 3. Great kill from Quigs. That's 3 kills for him in this round, and significant to close it out there and seal the round. 11-5. UCDB back into this game.
Yeah, back into it is exactly it. 11-5 the scoreline, and again, this is a very important round for UCD, because if they throw this round away, all of a sudden they are staring down the barrel of defeat, it looks like. But gonna try and put a 6th round on the board now with the buy coming in. Quigs on the AK, 4 SMGs across the board, and we're gonna see what they can get done.
Interesting there, the last round, I think Cinder, you saw 2 quick frags and just playing that awkward sandbags position, but unfortunately his teammate couldn't pick up another one, and I think if he did, that the round might have been over. But anyway, as I say that, UCB pushing through the smoke for Ferex, the man, they picked up the kill. And Bitter gets taken out for pushing the smoke in the other direction. So it's a 4 versus 2, so UCB looking to close this round out. That'll be 11-6 hopefully, and we got a game.
We do have a game. They're going to make a game out of it, as they say now. The bomb is planted. Silliest Unicorn just trying to pick up a couple. Ooh, actually. Trying to find a kill on the 2 HP T-side player.
Good setup there from UCD to trade that out. And it's interesting enough, the two top players on NCI, who I view as top players, Comeback King and Cinder, they're both playing B, which I find the harder side to hold. And then the other 3 players are going A. But UCB have gone D both these rounds. I suppose that one doesn't really count because it was an eco. But we're going to have a buy coming in now from NCI, and not amazing money. Are they actually going for the buy, Cardinal? What would you say? Oh, they are.
Looks like it is, and shotguns coming out and everything. 1 SMG on Comeback King. So it was interesting, David, you said there that, you know, Comeback King and Cinder, the 2 kind of star players for NCI, and Comeback King happy to sit on the SMG while his teammates have the rifles, so must be something they've organised.
The weaker guns towards B, like Cinder's on that shotgun and Comeback King is on the so like that's really difficult now, and the other 3 rifles are towards, you consider like throwing one around, like spreading out the good weapons. But they have a good lineup there. They're pushed up car, and Ferrix running through the smoke, and he does what he does best. He finds a kill. 5 HP now for Cinder as the T's kind of group up. So Ferrix is very comfortable now. He can sit back. He's IGLing. He's not playing, so we can just guide UCB to this round. So hopefully they can close this out.
And I think actually Cinder taken damage from 3 separate frag grenades so far on the top of Banana. So 5 HP, and he's gonna just try and play an off angle and hide as best he can with that shotgun. Meanwhile,
just a little spam came in from the Significant would take him out. He does throw a molly, so that even might finish him off.
Oh.
Yeah, and that's a 4 versus 3, so very favourable now for UCDB.
We've seen it time and time again. NCI can turn the round on a dime, seemingly at random, but Bukel and HZ putting this one to bed as Fabulous Sean left all on his own on the B side. He's just going to save it up. That's going to be 11-7 now to UCD, David. So they definitely are coming back into this one.
They're solid, Cardinal. Like they're being very patient, composed, and when they're hitting sites, you know, they're committed. They just drop something there. St. John. Fabulous Sean just going to save the Emperor AMS Nightmare. That must be one of the newer skins.
I believe so, and going to be important at least to bring that one into the next round number 19.
It's likely going to be an eco, I'd assume. Get the mini force. So if you are out there and you're in a college and your team doesn't, your college doesn't have a team, you know, if you go into the Irish Collegiate website, you can find in the contact section. There's a bit for colleges, because actually a few teams registered, but they just couldn't find a player. Rules are that all the players are students in college, and 4 of them are from the same college, and the other person has to be a student, but they don't have to be in the same college. So if that makes sense, you know, if you can scrim together 4 players, join us for the next season, get more teams.
Yeah,
a lot of good players out there, and I know, and it's a shame that they just can't find like those extra players. So, Irish Collegiate Esports.ie, I believe that's the website.
College Esports.
College Esports, right? Yeah,
College Esports.ie. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, we are going to be seeing more Counter-Strike action from the Irish Collegiate scene over the coming months, hopefully. So if there is anybody out there watching and you're in a 3rd level institute in Ireland, be sure to get in touch and we can find some players, get you onto a team and get everybody involved. That's the main thing. But as I say that, Bukel and HZ are going to get involved in this round. As
1D from the Silliest Unicorn there from Pitt, but UCB do well and they get 2 kills from their own, and they're really good calling so far. And they're moving towards B, where Fabulous Sean has the rifle, a flashbang, and a defuse kit. But we have Quigs in the sneaking up the back of CT, so just have a look at Fabulous Sean. He expects that there's going to be someone coming from CT, so if he can put together maybe, well, he's going to have to get 2 or 3 kills here if they're going to have any chance.
Oh,
he can't get any, unfortunately. I believe that's a confused face he posts in chat.
I think so, yeah. Confused is probably the word I'd use as well. UCD though, they've been looking absolutely on it the last couple of rounds once they've gotten the hands on their rifles. Ferex going to be AWPing on the T side. We didn't see it from NCI when the roles were reversed, but it's going to be taking it to the CT side.
Game on. Interesting point there as well. These teams have never actually played each other in the college tournament, so I just wonder, because I was very convinced at NCI at the start, but this is their pick, so you know they got to win this next round if they're gonna close it out.
Yeah, and all of a sudden now we've got a bit of a game here on Inferno, and that's interesting that it is NCI's pick, considering you know they were so dominant obviously on the T side of the map, but now it seems like they've started to kind of fall asunder a little bit, David. And going on to Train, which will be map number 2, that's UCD's pick. So if they can snatch Inferno away, this could be a very quick series altogether. And
Eric's nails comeback king on mid there.
Very quick kill for him, yeah, as the round opens up and already man down for NCI.
Basilius Unicorn feeling the pressure now, so he's going to try and get one back. So he smokes off apps and he's playing in this Hall's position, and maybe he's going to fall back, but he's holding it. It's a 4 versus 5, so someone on the NCI does need to find a frag. Nice kill from Ferex there. He's actually been playing the op nearly most of this half, bar the pistol ran and the anti-eco. Very passive from UCDB, just waiting around, which is a very good call again, I'd like to point out. And they have the bomb sitting in T-spawn at 1 minute, so hopefully they're going to pick a site now. The Ferex taking banana with his, again, cowboy named gun, which is an op neo-noir, quite nice.
And interestingly enough...
Agam cowbag, sorry. I said again cowboy, I'm quite wrong there.
Yeah, and interestingly, Ferex actually pushed the whole way up banana on his own, so he's definitely feeling confident now that he's got onto the T side of the map, and we didn't see a huge performance from him on the CT side. He's doing his best to turn it around here as the waterfall from apps comes out. Silius Unicorn tries to get away, but HZ has got his number, and Ferex
gets one, HZ. Big trade as well, like Silius Unicorn for some reason turning his nice headshot, but yeah, I can't find another because he falls back and gets shot in the head. But it seems like NCI, we have Fabulous Sean moving towards Bitter, but they are going to say that's the call. And that's going to be 11-9, so it's going to be a bit sweaty now, that NCI team. You're going to be feeling the pressure. Something needs to be done. I think their comeback king peak mid died to Ferex with the op, so maybe they should give it a try of just having the 5 men play sites to see what happens, but they might go for something aggressive. We might even see a buy in the next round with the Silius Unicorn on 3,750 and 5-round loss bonus come in. And speaking of the loss bonus, what do you think of the new system, Cardinal? Money system? So
in terms of this new economy, I do think that, especially in tournaments that go for a lot of best of ones, I think we'll see less upsets, because once, you know, you have a bit of a round loss bonus going and you start to come back into the game, you're not going to see so many full resets anymore. I mean, it's very rare nowadays, since the economy changes, that you're going to see teams back onto, you know, just Glocks or just USPs. So I do think the game is going to be more interesting in that regard, but unfortunate Molotov there, but we are definitely maybe going to see some tweaks to it. I know a certain few pro players, especially on Twitter, very vocal about their distaste of the new economy, but I think once people get used to it, it's going to be an interesting change altogether, David.
Yeah, indeed. So we have UCDB here taking banana control. There's 3 of them there, and Bukel and mid the bomb, and Quake just holding for some sort of a push. But there's a full buy-in for NCI, just comeback king left on the CZ75, and as I say, that Cinder's smoking off banana. But it looks like it's going to be a B hit, so let's see if UCDB knows some smokes and can successfully take the side from them. Again, we have Fabulous Sean and Cinder playing there, so Comeback King has decided to play towards A now. Again, he has a CZ, so that's fair enough. But full util for Fabulous Sean, I mean, bar the 1 extra nade, but he's going to throw a smoke now, and that's 40 seconds left, so that's bought them another 15 seconds. And UCB seems to be moving back. I don't know what's going on there now. Are they lining up their smokes?
Smoke's been deployed from Comeback King as well now, so...
Yeah, this is really good usage from NCI. Very smart. I'd nearly go back towards B and just hit it. The nades are coming in again everywhere. And there's a push through the smoke with Comeback King sitting there with the
Oh
CZ.
no, he doesn't realise.
But HC is too smart and he sees it. Quigs picks up another. You have Bitter in pit. Can't find anyone. And it's a 4 versus 2. The UCDB get the bomb down, and that's another round. Really well played. Unfortunately, from Comeback King, was that Comeback King in the smoke? He just couldn't find anyone.
Yeah, with the CZ.
Around.
Very unfortunate. He could have been a real thorn in the side of UCD if he goes unnoticed in the smoke. But I think, as you said, it was HZ and Ferex managed to catch him out. I think actually one of the players bumped into him in the smoke, and that's how they realised. But
yeah,
bit all over the place. And we got to commend NCI there. You know, they were on the ball with their utility usage. The smokes and the Molotov timing, especially towards the end of the round, were bang on. And you know, a couple of bullets difference, and that could have been a very different round altogether, David.
If Comeback King even had a proper rifle there, he could have played a different position. He wouldn't have been committed to that smoke and could have found a frag, fall off. It would have been a completely different story. But a really good usage from NCI. But the balls in UCDB just to run through that smoke. Fair play to them. Again, like I was saying, that they probably should have gone B, but no, it turned out to be the right call to hit A. Yeah,
they managed to make it work anyway, and a lot of the times we see this, especially in some of the other teams in the tournament that, you know, we've had on stream from time to time, is that they can tend to hesitate a little bit in terms of their calls, and maybe some of these players on the other teams haven't been playing with each other for as long, and that hesitation can definitely cost you kills, if not rounds, a lot of the time. So really good to see from the guys all committed to the push. And now all of a sudden we might be seeing an even scoreline yet again, David, for the first time in quite a while.
For UCDB, so as I was saying earlier, you know, they're back in. They're certainly back into this game. NCI can't do anything on the CT side so far. And Comeback Ping throws a nice nade there onto Ferex with the op. He's just going to hold the angle, be nice and patient. And they've smoke on short, and HG's going to re-smoke that. Bomb left and spawn. 1 minute coming up to the clock. And still a lot of smokes and nades left on NCI. Really smart usage. They know they can just wait around.
Now that's going to be significant. Time to go back and collect the bomb. And this is where we're going to see now where UCD want to go for it.
They're going to go A, keep away from Cinder and his AWP. It seems they have really good map control in A. With really pushed up, and they forced to have a player in CT spawn even. That's bitter. We have Ferex with the op. Gets taken out by Cinder, who rotates successfully. HC doesn't look. This round is just going towards NCI, just mopping them up.
Great kills here. Quigs finds one comeback in though. Quick to take him out, and Cinder actually.
A lot of team kills going on in this game.
A lot of team kills going on. Cinder obviously feeling the trigger finger.
Fourth, I think. I'm not sure.
Definitely a lot of team damage.
NCI finally winning one. 12-10 now. That's their first round in the 7 rounds played so far in this half. So
what was interesting in that round was Ferex actually went down towards Arches for UCD.
He held it, I think. Did he?
Yeah, due to the op on Cinder, he manages to find that kill, and after that the round just starts to fall apart. There's teammates not checking angles, and
with the head shot of a lifetime. All that's left is back in the Sean, and HC again. It's a 2 kills entry onto the B bomb side, and that's the round straight to UCDB.
More team damage.
Furious over that. More team damage, really. Where was that now?
HZ just shooting everyone on the site. Ferex even on the receiving end of that as well.
What a call from Ferex. Rush B. And HC can just find those 2 fast kills, and there's nothing the CTs can do about it. They know how it feels, how UCD felt in that first half. Due to the new money system though, the buy shouldn't be so bad. CTs are saving, so they have a 5 loss bonus still, so it's not the worst. They should be able to buy and chance in the next round. Yeah,
and this is what, you know, one of the things we would have seen in the old economy now is NCI would have been on pretty much a full eco here, and with so few rounds left in the match, that could be instrumental. Actually, Bitter just at the end there.
Out of that. That's mad. That's mad.
That is mad. He's going to find a huge amount of value from that spray down through the smoke, and UCD may be getting a little bit over aggressive, but plenty of money in the bank, so I don't think they'll be too concerned. Although Ferex is not going to be on his AWP this round, so they're going to switch it up a little bit. But if, David, you're UCD and NCI in this game now, NCI did manage to find one round at least, but if you're NCI in this case, when do you call the timeout to have a bit of discussion here, or how do you interrupt the momentum of UCD?
Oh my god, Combat King with 3 kills, just annihilating them with that AWP and the HE. But sorry, I was going to say there, yeah, I mean, I don't think they need the timeout. Maybe the rush B, like there's nothing you can do. Like you can have time and go like, oh, just be careful next time. But yeah, I don't think there's any need yet. You just have significant now left in a 1 versus 4. If you are joining us, this is the second quarter final, and the winner of this goes on to play TUD in the Irish Collegiate Esports Championship, sponsored by Marvin.ie.
Marvin.ie as always, yeah, #1 delivery service. Make sure to check him out.
Get your Spicer. Comeback King on long, maybe trying to get that 4K now. Significant left in the 1 versus 4. Trying to get the plant. You can't get anyone, that's unfortunate. And did I say 1 versus 4? I meant 1 versus 3. But that's the 13th round there for NCI, and money's looking good. Timeouts coming in from Quags. UCDB's money is pretty good. I mean, I don't really know what happened that round. I think Comeback King just went absolutely insane.
Yeah,
got
he just
the kill
went
on
off.
mid, then he got a second, and then the nade. Like so, I wouldn't be too bummed about that. I was UCDB, you know. Calm
Yeah,
it down and approach the round like approach the other rounds.
yeah, it's very difficult to trade someone out there on those angles towards the top of mid. On the A side, it's very hard to trade him out, especially when he can peek back with the AWP, but makes it work. He's sitting on 22 frags already, so definitely feeling it. And I think this might be the first time we've seen the double up setup come out on the CT side.
The entire game, yeah, actually, yeah, you're absolutely right in saying that. 2 AUGs coming in, so they're actually opting for the AUG over the M4 A4. An AK for Fabulous Sean. The UCDB HC hasn't bought on it yet. Maybe he is AFK. No, he's waving his knife around, so
Maybe
might buy
be
Fergus the op.
yeah, I was just gonna say they might be thinking about whether they want the AWP coming into this round or not, but didn't opt for it last time when we saw how that went. And NCI have, I dare say, they might have cracked the T formula of UCDB, but we're gonna see in this round if they could take it to 14th. And interesting time for a timeout, I think, actually, from UCD. You know, this is when they really need to decide how they're going to approach the next couple of rounds, because they don't really have many more mistakes they can make, David.
Yeah, no, they can't afford to get any mistakes. 13-11, and the money is very good for, or not very good, but it's all right, like for NCI, and it's they, you know, they have a few buys after them as well, UCB. So if they lose this, you know, they still have another buy. But I mean, 3 rounds, all NCI need to close out their map pick. And another point I was going to make there. So they've played, both these teams have played a bit on the collegiate tournament, and they never actually played each other. But both of them actually played Cash 3 times, and neither team picked it. So Cash isn't being played at all. Again, after this map, it is Train, I believe, and then Overpass is the decider. Exactly.
It's going to be interesting. I don't actually think I've casted a Train game in the Irish Collegiate Esports so far, so that's going to be a very interesting one, and that is UCD's pick, I believe. Is that right, David?
Yes, it is, because they were denied their pick of those 2. They went for one of the more kind of eccentric maps. We have the Silliest Unicorn pushing up ops. Finds a kill. Buko trades it out. Buko gets 2, and it's a 4 versus 3 now. 2 ops for the NCI Panthers. It ran from Buko. Good patience there from UCD, just waiting for that push. Significant and Buko. Job from them to, you know, I give credit there to Significant. Like he was the one who was taking first contact, and good from Buko to get the 2 kills.
And that's both AUGs out of the round for NCI.
Read on this. They going towards B, it seems, with the bomb.
Yeah, and Cinder is gonna almost get caught out, manages to get away. So a nice bit of movement there. It would have been the AWP dropped as well, but here comes the hit onto the B bomb site now, and they're clearing all the angles, and they don't realize there's no CT player on site. And the bomb is still yet to go down. It's given them time to eye up this retake, but NCI making the smart call here. Comeback King is gonna leave it off, it looks like.
Back and forth at this stage, it seems. And 2 ops now for NCI, as I was saying. So they have a 5 loss round bonus still, so they can buy sorta for the next round. Very convincing from UCB. NCI going for something aggressive there, pushing push it down ops. Unfortunately, nice shot the first one from City's Unicorn, but Bitter gets taken out by the headshot machine of Bukel.
Exactly, yeah, Bukel did really well to find those 2 kills, and it was an interesting push from NCI. We've talked about this a few times where, you know, at times teams can feel like maybe they need to force something to happen, and I think that might have been the case there with 2 Augs pushing apartments and taking that close angle against the AKs is not ideal, but doesn't go their way this time.
Need to even go for something aggressive, because I think bar that one round where Comeback King went absolutely insane, they have been doing alright with holding passively on sites, and see what happens now with the ops on Comeback King and Crisp. It looks like they're moving towards B. Is it a B rush? Cinder's going to throw a nade. He's got a teammate with him. He picks up the kill onto Quigs. Used to be slowing down, but they're still moving up. Oh, Cinder gets a quick flick on the significant. Can hardly see him. Throws the smoke. Not going to push it. We have Fabulous Sean up inside. CT's pushing in. Cinder pushes the smoke again. And he's going for the ace now. Just shows the difference between some of the quality and some of the players on the entire server. You see the last player finds Bitter in the back. Actually, nice headshot. That's a big kill because the money's not great for NCI. Players on $0. They're gonna give Cinder the ace. Yeah, they do, and that's again another huge round from Cinder. But again, when NCI win a round, they have to have someone going insane. It nearly seems.
Yeah, Cinder had to go absolutely nuclear there to make something happen, and if he's in a different scenario where he gets flashbanged at the top of Banana and then dies, that's a very quick round for UCD, but he's going to make it happen, and he'll take that ace every single day of the week. And now 14-12, so UCD are running out of rounds to play with here very quickly as we come towards the end of the map, round number 27. And
rounds getting traded.
Cinder
gets a kill there, yeah. Eric's going to collect the bomb and spawn, and it's only 1 minute 30, so Cause already seems to be in May. It's going to be towards A. And with Cinder on A, I mean, that's a bit of a questionable. Trying to keep away from him after that nutty round he just had. B rush, unfortunately, not working at all for UCD on that last round. It's absolutely getting shut down, not even just 2 kills to show, so.
We look at Comeback King as well. He's perched up on top of the wall on Banana, so he's finding a huge amount of info for his team. There's no presence from UCD towards Banana, and Eric's is aware of it.
And Significant finds Bitter, Silius, and Cinder again. Silius Unicorn. He has the East Friends anthem, which is wrecking my ears at the moment.
Oh, I hear it in every single game. Every single game.
I believe you're saying, Cardinal, how something could become so old so fast.
Oh yeah, big time. I thought it was hilarious. I even bought it myself and I turned it off. I've turned it off already. That's how annoying it is. But it is definitely not easy for UCD as they are staring down the barrel of defeat. Now 15 rounds on the board for NCI, and if UCD want to make something of this, they've got to bring it to at least overtime.
Bitter pushing ups, not getting traded, gets an easy kill. 2 of the lads on UCDB with no head armor, so any bullets to the head, they're dead immediately. They're just slowing down at UCDB. They're giving a lot of respect to NCI. Smoked off halls, so now he's going to come and border, but no one's there. And again, we have a push up towards Banana, so that's 4 on A. That's very unlikely that UCDB can win this round. Gonna have to see something pretty insane from someone on UCDB.
And here comes the push now. It's coming out of apps, and oh, Bitter's not going to check it. So this Unicorn's got to hold on from Pit. Finds 2. HZ and Ferrex are on the receiving end. Bukel does manage to get a kill, and now he's left all on his own.
Finds one traded out. GG's all round. 16-12 on the NCI pick. So that's going to give them one map, and we're going to move on to the next map shortly. I'll let you talk about that, Cardinal.
Yeah, we are. So that is going to be 16-12 now in favor of NCI. They're going to take their map pick. And we are going to be moving over on to Train, UCD's map pick. So we are going to go to a quick break, just a couple of seconds, couple of minutes, and we'll be back with Train in just a moment. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you all in a moment. Alright everybody, welcome back to map number 2, Train, in this best of 3 between the UCD Swans B team and NCI Panthers. If you're just joining us now, my name is Jason Cardinal Power and I'm joined here by David D. We're going to be bringing you map number 2.
Map number 1 going in favour of NCI, of course 16-12 on their pick up Inferno. But now we see UCD's pick and it seems to be a B rush of sorts coming in. We've got Fabulous Sean and Bitter holding it. Fabulous Sean managed to pick up 1, but significant trades are made. So with 4 players on site, no one's in heaven actually. That's interesting enough. So they're all kind of trapped on site. And she managed to pick 1 traded out. Again, Cinder is Crisp, just for those of you unfamiliar with his other name. Significant left and 1 versus 2 gets taken out. Very convincing from NCI. I think fortunately UCDB didn't have anyone in the heaven position. Huge balls and then just a run through. No ramp smoke and unfortunately they can't win that round. But great retake from NCI, especially Cinder finding 2 head.
Yeah, Cinder did it really well coming up the rear of UCD, and it was interesting that, like you said, David, no one from UCD opting to stay towards that heaven position. Maybe they just thought they needed every man to get themselves out onto site, but
yeah, they replanned to take it and then move back up, but unfortunately NCI were a step ahead.
Yeah, and that's interesting.
The eco come out now for UCDB, and they have quite good money, but is it going to be another B rush where there's 2 players left to hold it? And they rush on, and FC Bitter's taken out, and there's 3 left of them alive. Cinder coming in behind, denies the plan.
No.
Molotovs, and he gets the 3rd. Great run from Cinder again. And Farrick's in the chat, what a beaner. Certainly is.
Big money coming in for Cinder with those shotgun kills. But
that's a good point, yeah.
That's going to be 2nd round on the board for NCI, and this, just for anybody who's tuning in now, is UCD's map pick. So map number 1 was Inferno, that went the way of NCI, their map pick. And now we're going to be seeing what UCD can bring to the table here on Train. So not a map we see very often actually in the Collegiate Championship, but we're seeing what they can do here, David.
Yeah, unfortunately they couldn't pick just 2. They would have preferred that as Eidos Trinity on it, and Train. And Comeback King flashed into Team Main, picks up Quigs, who's there alone, so it's a big kill. Eric's boosted up on Ivy, and brings the Silliest Unicorn down to 22 HP. And again, double nade come in, like they can't finish him. I'm mad about that one. But it's a 4 versus 5 for UCDB. On this map as well, I was going to point out, it's very heavily CT side. That's why NCI picked the CT side, because it was UCDB's pick. So it's very comfortable. They're playing 2 towards B most rounds and 3 towards A, and they're just going for pushes now. UCB, they've got to earn themselves some respect now in the next round.
That's the bomb dropped as well, all the way into Top Dog.
I think it worked out better in UCDB in the last map because they were able to like kind of herd together. As you saw there, like they were really close in those rounds when they went to push B because there's 5 of them, and like that is teamwork, rushing in like that. But on a map like this, you're kind of playing alone on a target or in groups too. So as you saw there, they just got annihilated. Yeah,
the round tends to fall apart very quickly once a couple of players went down, but once we start to get into these gun rounds, it'll be interesting to see how UCD approach this, considering it's their map pick. And Train is kind of notoriously one of the maps where you have to have really good set strategies here to make something work on Train.
But no, nothing much coming in for UCD in their last boy round. They kind of just perished before they could do anything. We missed Molly there from Cinder, who's actually reverse James Bond at the moment. It's going to be some sort of Ivy push, and they know the Silliest Unicorn is playing here. He's got a HE grenade, so he's going to chuck that, and that's going to do some serious damage, I imagine.
Big damage.
They're all waiting around now. And I don't know if they're waiting for... Oh yeah, they're going to... Smoke's going to come in from Ferex, and HC has the flash. Lose Ferex the block. They have 2 players towards Ivy, so this is good. Silliest Unicorns picks up 2, which is great. Gets traded off by Bukel. Spam that smoke, and Bukel finds a 2nd through the smoke. Come back. Not going to be happy about that one. And 2v2, great trades going to be UCD. Again, playing in their group of 5, they're herding. This is what you like to see from their side. It works very well for them.
This is a really valuable round.
Oh my god.
Quigs!
And Cinder though is the last player left alive, so I don't know.
28 HP between two players. The bomb is going to go down and Cinder's hot on their heels. He's got
Who's
the
your
AK
money on
in
Cardinal?
hand.
Who's winning this?
You got to go with Cinder with a beautiful one-tap. Quigs gets deleted from the bomb site now. It's all on Buchel.
A notable clutcher actually for UCDB, so he's a great chance. I was pointing out earlier in the last game that he's won a fair few clutches. I think one at least in every game he's played so far in this tournament. Oh, Smith. Buchel can't find the headshot. Gets taken out. Very comfortable Cinder. I mean,
very close.
They just had no idea. Great round from him. I mean, I don't know what you can do there if you're UCDB. It's another close round that they should have won. We've seen it on Inferno, and we're seeing it again now on Train.
Yeah, very important actually that Cinder does find that kill, and Buchel, I think the only way he was going to win that round is if the timing goes in his favour and he manages to move away before Cinder can find him, but Cinder's going to make it work. A lovely 1v2 clutch. Not the first time we've seen him do it in the series so far.
He's done it a few times now. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he definitely fancies his chances, especially when both players on such low HP. Very confident player here as he's going to walk into the crosshair of Quigs.
Pushing smokes and gets punished for that. Buchel staying in heaven while his teammate goes down. So a bit of miscommunication there it seemed. We have HD alone on Ivy. Again, this is a round. There used to be default. They're all spread up. They're not as effective, I think, as they're much more effective as a unit when they're all together. But we have Ferex in the off, so keep an eye for him. He might get some nutty flicks. Again, he has that A-game K-lag skin. Oh, Fabulous Sean gets taken out by Significant pushing up. But Bitter manages to trade it out, so that's a 4 versus 3. And,
Cinder
just seems to be a fan of this map, pushing Team A like an absolute madman.
HZ does well to find a kill there. Comeback King. Ready to trade him out though, so now Buchel's left all on his own, and I think this is an opportunity, David, for us to kind of talk about Train. And you know, obviously UCD have been forced onto the T side, which is, you know, not the favourable side on Train. But how many rounds are they going to be looking for here to make something of this once they swap sides?
Well, you saw even on Inferno, they got 4 rounds on CT, and they managed to bring it back to 16-12. And to be honest, they actually should have won that map, because there were so many rounds where they had man advantages by a factor of 2, but Cinder would just go nuclear or comeback king. So I'd look at around I think 5 rounds. I mean, like, I don't know what the CT side's going to be like. I doubt NCI are going to have any strats. This is supposed to be a map. This is UC's pick, so they're going to have some strats on it. We haven't seen it yet. We've only seen defaults and rushes. So I'd probably look at 4 or 5 rounds for UCB. But again, because you're playing NCI, maybe even more.
Yeah. Everything they can look for is what they need. And that's, interestingly, second time Cinder has failed that Molotov uncharacteristically.
I'm convinced there that maybe he's trying to do that Molotov. Oh, I'm just really bad at the game.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe he's figured out something.
Yeah, that we don't know.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's it. But I'd have to have a little interview with him after the game and see. But so far, anyway, it's been working out so far. 5-0 in favour of NCI as Silius Unicorn's going to come into contact with Ferex down towards Ivy.
The default setup from UCDB, but there's no pushes from the CTs, except Buchel moving in alone now towards upper B, and NCI opting for their default. They're 3 on A and 2B, which has been very successful for them so far. And Ferex sneaking up Ivy and finds a huge headshot onto the Silius Unicorn, knocked down to 2 HP, though costly kill, but a kill nonetheless, and it's a 5 versus 4. I always like to point out the man advantages because it is important. This round is in favour of the UCB winning, but again, Cinder's still left alive. I mean, it's a different question.
Anything can happen. Once himself and Comeback King are alive, anything can happen in the round, and we've seen it happen time and time again, but let's see if UCD can capitalise here. Ferex is only on 2 HP, so a gust of wind would knock him over at this point, but still alive for the moment. As the hit starts to come into the B bomb site. Players moving down now. Bitter has dropped the bomb, and more importantly, HZ has gone down, and frag grenades coming out. Is that going to catch Ferex? Yes, it is. Now Quigs and Buchel with it all to do. Comeback King, what a flick though, and he's going to find a kill. Ooh, Cinder there to help him out, and it's going to be all she wrote.
went to B, and it was a great call. You know, there was 2 guys in B, but they're playing so far back. But the spams are coming in. Comeback King with the op, the Kobe nade. And there's no one again on UCD. I don't think there's anyone heaven that time. So similar enough to the pistol round. They need to leave someone heaven. You need to go down. You need to leave someone there. Like you can't allow someone to flank like that. And then Cinder's done it again. It's like the pistol round. So smoke's coming in now actually from UCD. So a bit of coordination it seems.
I think they're figuring this one out on the go.
Second nade coming in there from comeback.
Oh my word!
Just humiliating up here. Finding one, just one tapping. But as I say, that's significant. It just goes absolutely insane. Gets 2 kills and Quigs gets 1 as well. 4 versus 2 now. Very favourable that UCD win this round.
And this is the round to do it. Leviathans.
6-1 now if they can close that out. So hopefully they can build up a bit of momentum behind this and find another one after this. If they win this, I think it's going to be a save. I'd assume it is. He's actually not the best for NCI. I mean, Cinder's on Cinder again. We're going to point out that his name is Crisp on the server. Oh wow, nice shot there. But Cinder has 8,500, but the rest aren't doing the best.
Yeah, that's going to be the round. Leviathans just having to back off and save his orb if he can. He's going to be close enough to the bomb. No, I think he's okay. He's gotten back into EG spawn. He's gonna be fine, but
damage,
yeah, big damage coming in on the side.
They had 4 there, and they lost 2 AKs, so that's quite unfortunate. Where this map going? One of the series going to play TUT in the semi-finals.
Am I right in saying, David, TUT are currently undefeated in the tournament?
In this tournament, yeah, I think they haven't lost yet.
Yeah, they've had some close games as far as I'm aware, but no one's been able to take them the distance so far. So that'll be a really interesting game to see in the semi-finals. But UCD and NCI have bigger issues at the moment that they need to get through first, as the scoreline currently sits at 6-1. UCD did pick up their first round. A little bit of a confidence booster, hopefully, but they need to put a stop to the Cinder show. And it is the Cinder show as he picks up a kill onto Ferex. No trade potential there on the side of the smoke.
Smokes again from UCDB, just not needed to be done at all. But HC, unfortunately, he has the Galil. I mean, what a map! It's any map you don't want the Galil. It's Train. It's a lot of long range fights, so he's gonna sneak up Ivy. Silliest unicorn. He might catch the time. He doesn't. So Quigs with the op. Let's see if he can do anything with that. He's just above Pop Dog. And I think it's Comeback King below him with the UMP Criminal Saber. Here's some scoping as well, actually.
Yeah, that could be key here, and he needs to be careful. 30 seconds left on the clock here now, as the T side need to make a move towards the bomb site, but actually no, they've gone back and their save is going to come in.
Save, 3 versus 5.
Yeah, and Quigs was holding Pop Dog for so long there while his teammates were moving back towards T-spawn. And 15 seconds left. It is absolutely going to be a save as they bring in 2 AKs and the 1 AWP into the next round.
Unusual enough there. Suppose they have the nades, so it's not so bad that they save.
Yeah, Ferex and HZ with very limited money though coming into round number 9. So
loss bonus isn't so bad with they have a 5 round loss bonus, so Ferex can definitely buy an AK.
Yeah, no, you're dead right. You're dead right. 48.50 for Ferex.
HC,
no problems.
Maybe on that to that. Bale, so-called gun again.
Yeah, it's more of a water gun whenever I tend to use it anyway. I've never seen anybody use it effectively, but you never know. You never know. Stranger things have happened. As we come into round number 9, 7-1 though, in favour of NCI, and UCD need to start putting a couple of rounds on the board, David.
Another fast A actually coming in now from UCDB. They tried this before, and that was the round they won. I was actually significant getting 2 huge kills, but he's getting one there already. Cinder just going for 1 tops.
Oh, Cinder.
He gets through. We have a significant push up in connector, but Leviathans is expecting it. Traded out now, so Ferex is going to go towards B and he plant the bomb there. But he's actually waiting a bit. Cinder is just playing on a different level. I mean, he was just getting headshots. He was tapping them, like humiliating them.
Cinder is currently 17-1, and we're only 10 rounds in. He has been playing out of his mind, David.
ADR of 141, so definitely keep an eye on Mr. Crisp Cinder.
It looks like we're going to see another fast push now. Just the deco 1 CZ on HZ.
Significant's going to stay in heaven, so that's a good call. We have Fabulous Sean and Heaven manages to pick up Quigs, so they're going to be worried about him. Is the bomb going to go down? That's the question.
Oh, Sean is causing so much chaos up here in heaven. He should not be in this position, and he's going to completely deny the bomb plant. Buchel is going to try and flush him out, but no utility Molotovs, no smokes or frags, and Fabulous Sean's going to get himself a 3k. Just HZ left.
Sneak up into spawn, yeah. It's planned for him. Oh, gets one, but I got another 9-1 now, I believe.
Yeah, 9-1, and we're looking now towards the last couple of rounds of this half, David. And if you were in the position of UCD here, how do you get this to work? They just everything they come up with.
Now, Cardinal. It's 9-1. You've got to. I mean, they have full nades now. Like they had that strat on A where they just threw those smokes and threw a lot of flashes out. I mean, I just give that a shot again. Why not? And even the brush and Ivy and a B, it seems to work by this unit. When they go on their own, they just get destroyed.
Yeah, and I think they figured out that Cinder is definitely opting towards the A side of the map more often than not. But then when they go to avoid him and they go towards B, it just seems to fall asunder now. And Cinder in towards Pop Dog. He's going to be a thorn in their side, as man advantage goes in favour of NCI yet again.
Nice Ivy push coming in there. And HC unfortunately can't find the headshot. Cinder just destroying anyone who tries to go near Pop Dog. Quigs jumps down and actually takes out Cinder, so Train is a bit more optimistic now for UCB with him dead. That's the second time dying, I believe. Yeah, second time dying. The other time he died, I think they won the round. Buchel picks up a kill on the Fabulous Sean, but a molly comes in. We just have Bitter left to hold the side. Significant's going to stay in heaven, so they have realised that not going heaven unless everything up. They have no idea that. Oh, actually, no, they haven't. Bitter's up there.
No, Bitter.
Bitter by Significant. 1 versus 2 for him. Comeback King's still alive. And Silly's Unicorn. And yeah, he gets annihilated.
Comeback King's not going to miss that shot.
It's a nice try there. Quigs just jumping down, I think, into Pop Dog, taking out Cinder. That was the real side factor, brought it real close. I mean, some of these rounds are getting close, and as they're saying, they need to place the unit. I've said this so many times. That might just seal them around another round.
It might. And here comes the pause, which is crucial for UCD. Yeah. And they're going to have to discuss here what is going wrong with this T-side system. Just even having a quick look at the frags across the board. I mean, Quigs insignificant, 7 frags apiece. Buchel, HZ and Ferrex all on 3. And with only 1 round on the board, it's looking very, very grim. NCI, on the other hand, though, it's just the Cinder show, David. I mean, I could try and talk about how they've got some, you know, ingenious CT side system set up, but it's just Cinder killing everyone. And they need to put a stop to him.
He's all over the place on A. He's Pop Dog, he's killing anyone who was trying to go there. And anyone charged into A main, he's watching for those smoke pushes and all. Great player, yeah. He's one-tapping them, so it is the Cinder show. 18. Not even this man is killing anything he sees. Yes. In there now. Just a reminder where this goes to semi-final against TD. That was UCD Ulster, and that is 2 where they won and overpass.
Now, as we come into round number 12, 10-1. Let's see what UCD can pull out of the bag after their timeout. One minute 30 left on the clock here as both teams pretty default spread across the map for the CT side. Cinder playing that close angle on the A site. And he's been a real thorn in the side for UCD so far, but both teams just trying to feel each other out. The double up setup for the CTs as well, as Comeback King is going to position himself towards Ivy. Cinder though finding 3 kills, and he's tapping away for the 4th. What a huge play from Cinder. He's just been annihilating UCD.
3 kills in 1/2, Card.
I mean, if there's any man to do it, David, it's gonna be Cinder.
Comeback King says in chat, he's taking my kills. He certainly is, Comeback King. Taking everyone's kills. They're default coming out from UCD, but decided to run in main. Actually picks up Comeback King. I think it was traded out by this Mr. Cinder. City's Unicorn spots HC pushing the smoke on Ivy. Ferrex takes out Cinder, so actually this round is very doable now. It's 3 versus 3. So HP now for the City's Unicorn. Buka's gonna plant the bomb for Pop Dog, but slash main. He's the only player positioned there. His teammate is towards well off and moving into camera now. Here coming in, gets a nice flick, but Significant trades him out. Significant in a 1 versus 2, getting shot in the back, can't connect the bullets, and somehow still alive.
Manages to get away.
For him, so I presume Fabius Chance is going to stick the defuse here. Significant might even think about saving the AK, but he's actually going to kill. So he just Unicorn, get his kills up, but fortunately gets killed. So that's 12-1 now in favour of NCI. Don't think there's much hope left for UCDB. I mean, I'd call another timeout. They need to try something. Some stuff has been working, so
yeah, there's been a couple of close rounds, especially once they've gotten the bomb down on the B site. There's been a few times, David, that you know, called that they're not holding heaven and they're letting themselves get flanked really, really easily, but maybe that's something they might address, but yeah, I've only got 2 rounds to address it as we come to the end of the first half here on Train, which is UCD's map pick, notably, as Cinder is going to instantly trade out HZ and finds a 2nd kill onto Bukel. He's been absolutely on fire. Eric's making a bit of noise towards A.
Wow, this might be a round now for
kill, yeah, he's doubled up.
1 versus 3 for Fabulous Sean. Hashtag put bark on it.
And interestingly enough, actually, David, this is one of the first rounds we've seen Cinder go towards B, and well, it's netted UCD another round on the board.
Kills, but,
yeah, it's very strange kind of setup here for UCD, but they make it work. Ferrex getting himself a 3k. Cinder on 25 kills, so he's got to ace it if he wants the 30 bomb this time, David.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I like to believe. Comeback King, another star player, he has to do not much. He's only on 6 kills. I mean, like, there's no kills for him to get when Cinder's just tapping everyone out of the server. And good round there last round from UCDB. I don't even know what happened. They just got the kills and it worked for them. I was gonna say this round is going. Map is basically the same as the other in terms of like UCDB. They go together. They get the man advantage, and then NCI just get some crazy clutch and somehow secure the round. But this round here, they already have a Pop Trog control card.
Yeah, and Silly's Unicorn's going to shut down Significant's presence towards Ivy, as Ferrex and Bukel are left with it all to do in a 2 versus 5 in the last round of the half. And it's looking very, very grim for UCD now, as Ferrex from Pop Dog is going to swing out. Bukel gets dropped on the other side of the map and Ferrex can't get it done. It's going to be 13-2, David.
Easy friend song there came on.
Easy for NCI, as someone actually said in the chat earlier.
Yeah. Very creative, yeah. Yeah, this is 13-2. I mean, I think I was saying to you, 4-5 rounds, you might have a chance, but 13-2, I don't think 3 rounds is all NCI need. You saw last map was 11-4. UCD managed to bring it back a bit, but again, like, you're giving up 11 rounds when it's your advantage. But UCDB need to to come up with something huge here. I mean, I don't know why they picked this map. If they're like, they haven't really, we haven't really seen much from them in terms of strats. Like, they kind of just rush B, rush Ivy, and then like take pop control. They have defaults. They had like that rush A was kind of like they had a few smokes. That was really it. Like, maybe they weren't aware of Cinder's capabilities on being able to carry extremely hard in this map with 25 and 4.
Cinder is definitely playing this like a deathmatch more than anything else, and it's been shown in the scoreline now. But UCD, they have absolutely got to win this pistol round. This is their only saving grace on the CT side of the map, and it's going to be the Cinder show to take them on. So let's see what happens here now as 4 sets of Kevlar are purchased up on NCI.
They're going to hit towards A with HC playing on towards green train. Ferrex in connector. They have 4 on A, but Ferrex falling off. Comeback Fing finds one. HC tries. A lot of madness, chaos going on right now, folks. Leaves in favour of NCI. We're about to plant the bomb. Ferrex just on 2 HP. What was Comeback King? Mightn't expect Ferrex coming out in the position.
And that's the bomb dropped as well. 2
kills. Binner a 1 versus 2. UCB need to win this round. It's so important that they don't throw it.
Plenty of time left on the clock, but Bitter is not expecting Ferris to be pushing, and he's gonna get banged out.
Headshot. Spent a while on that one up, but he got it in the end, so that's all that matters.
13-3. So they've given themselves even maybe a look into this game. They have to convert this round, and then it's game on from there on out. 13-3 the scoreline. It's still a very, very grim scoreline, David, and you know, UCD have got a mountain to climb if they want to make something of it, but at least they've given themselves a chance.
Bitter, maybe miscommunication there. He's on the CZ75 while his teammates opted to kind of on Glock, some of them. In there on a Glock, but on him he probably got a kill with that. But they have 4 towards A, so Significant finds one, Quick signs another. Bomb, Cinder coming out of heaven, gets taken out by Ferrex. I mean, this map is very heavily CT sided, but it's not 13-2 CT sided. And maybe UCDB can do something. If we get to 10 rounds, I think I'd start believing that UCB can really do this.
Yeah,
I think
got a long
the
road ahead of
last
them.
map on Inferno they could have closed out. What do you think, Arnold?
Yeah, I think if they wanted to give themselves a real chance in this series, they needed to snipe that map pick away on Inferno. They had, as you said earlier, David, you know, they had many chances to put rounds on the board and just couldn't get it to go their way. And as we talked about as well, you know, the best laid plans can go awry if you're not landing the shots and the kills are not going your way. So we'll see if they can do something here, but this is going to be pretty interesting buy from both sides. Bitter, oh my word, Cinder already opening up the round. He's an absolute monster. Significant trying to tap away, but Eric's is there to help him out. And oh no, Cinder with the 3k already in this round. And Quigs is going to chime back in, but one. Bitter gets dropped, but the bomb is going to go down. Boogle is there to stop the plant. Yeah, and Cinder up top. He's going to tap away. That's a 4k now. He's on par for the ace.
The 30 bomb.
Oh no. Boogle has got it all to do.
Left in connector, he's that's a dead man now, I think.
Molotov as well. That's gonna stop the push coming in. They know where he is. It's just a case of when he decides to push. No kit either for him, so he's gotta go now and come back King there to help him out. But my word, what a performance from Cinder.
Nice try from UCB. They nearly had that there. Just doesn't feel like they've played this map much before in terms of positioning on the A side. Just a bit all over the place. Yeah,
I think it's fair to say that Train is a map that requires a lot of coordination among the team, or else this is kind of what you face yourself into. But 14-4 now as Cinder's dealing huge damage with that Molotov, and UCD are just gonna push it.
Us Trinity, we played TUD or DIT, what they used to be called, back in the last IC tournament, and I think we played them on train, and again, we didn't practice so much, and It wasn't quite so bad as UCDB, but like it was we didn't do that well. It is a really team heavy map, and if rushing out like A main especially, it's really hard to hold off.
Absolutely, I'm going to tend to agree with you here as we take a quick look at the buy. UCD pouring everything in the kitchen sink into this one now. 2 scouts, 1 op and 2 M4A1Ss across the board. This is their last chance, and they've got to win 11 rounds in a row if they even want to bring it to overtime. So
this is about to be GG, folks.
I think
Google
so.
and HC on the scouts. I mean, it just doesn't feel like they played this map very often, even on their own. In there, gets a 33rd kill. Nade coming in there onto Comeback King, explodes in his face. And an up on Ferex, which gets taken out by Cinder again. I can't stop saying his name. He just wrecks everyone. And HC in a 1 versus 4 with the scout. And if he wins this, which he doesn't, they could have gone to the semi-finals. But it's GG, and NCI are through to play TUD.
It is going to be GG, 16-4. So unfortunately, a pretty one-sided scoreline on train. UCD gave it their absolute all, but sometimes your all is just not enough, David, and that's going to be it. So NCI do take the series. They snipe the map pick away from UCD, and that's going to be the series 2-0. So with that said, I would just like to thank everybody for tuning in. This has been our second quarterfinal, the first one we got to see live and casted by ourselves, but that's going to be NCI going through to play TUD in the semi-finals, and we still have 2 more quarterfinal matches to come up. So we'll see how those play out.
And if any of you are watching there in your college and your college is not on team, make sure to go onto the college
Esports.ie, yeah.
Yeah, go on there and go to the contact list, and you'll see there might be something for your college, so you can actually make a Counter-Strike team. Because I believe this tournament, actually, a few teams like DCU and stuff, they had people buying tickets, but they couldn't find enough players. So that the rules are that you can have 4 players from the same college, and then 1 player that can be from another college. So yeah, there's more tournaments to come. So that's collegeesports.ie.
Absolutely, and I just would like to take this chance just before we finish up the stream to thank our sponsor, Marvin.ie, the #1 delivery service. So definitely do check them out. Always some great deals going on if you're not in the mood for cooking at home. But that's going to be all from us, ladies and gents. So thank you for tuning in. Thanks to all the players as well. Thank you, David, for joining me. It's been a good series.
Thanks, Rob.
And we will be back with more Collegiate CSGO in the next few days. To make sure to follow the Twitch and keep up to date with everything else going on for Irish Collegiate Esports. So that's been all from us, and everybody else have a